Hey folks, I'm Vasel. Welcome to Look Back, where I take a look at reviews I did a year, 5 years, and 10 years ago, and tell you what I think about them now. A year ago, I reviewed Little Big Fish. This is a game about, well, fish moving around, eating each other, big fish eating medium fish eating small fish. There's a lot of these games out there. This one's okay at best. It doesn't really do much. It leaves a little bit to desire. Looks nice, though. MOA. Now, this is an interesting game about these. It's an animal game, but it's about colonial people animals coming in and settling on and either attacking natives and taking over or working with them. It's an interesting area control style game, but it's very, very, very on the rails. Which is why I don't like it more. It's just very straightforward. You do what you're going to do, and I don't think there's going to be a lot of change from game to game. My first Stone Age, the card game. This is similar to the board game, but in fact they're compatible with each other. I like it a lot. It works well with kids. Get some resources, get some cards. I don't think it's quite as good as the board game, but hey, I can put them together. So there you have it. Les Miserables, Eve of Rebellion. This is looks like a book based on it. Some really nice ideas here. This character wants this to happen. This character wants this to happen. Almost not quite a micro game, but pretty close as you play cards. It's very thematic. Maybe at the cost of mechanisms a few times, but it's a nice little game. If you like Les Mis, you'll probably like this game. Bees! I believe there are 5 E's in there. This is a game that actually made me think, hey, little rubber erasers aren't a bad game component, and that's what this game does, is you're putting flowers out and trying to connect them to get bees. A simple but fun game. And Jungle Joust, or Jungle Joust. This is a game where 2 people are having a joust. You're basically betting on one or the other. It's a little slower than I would like it to be. It's good. I like everything about the game. It's just that for 2 guys who are running towards each other, it's kind of like it just seems like it's going to take forever. And finally, Laser Chess. Laser Chess is great because it has lasers. Essentially, this is a redone version of Ket, which is where you have these, or deflection it was called at one point, where you have a piece and you're trying to shoot a laser and bounce it off mirrors, hit your opponent's king. Moving piece, rotating the mirrors. Really cool game. I didn't do any reviews 5 years ago, but 10 years ago, I took a look at Monuments, which is so boring. It's just this boring game about building monuments. I know some people liked it, but I was just, oh. And then Bombay. Bombay looks really cool. You have these elephants that pick up. It's a pick-up and delivery game. I have found the game very problematic because there's very few points in the game, very few decisions. I got a lot of flack on this review, I remember when doing it, because I said that if you did nothing, you could score better than doing anything, which is a bit hyperbole, but not too far off from the truth. Either way, don't hunt it down. The chain game is a party game where you're saying a word with a phrase, and then the next person has to take that and go farther. Nah, I wish it worked better than it does. Then we have Knuckling Knights. This is a little game for kids where there's like a little dice tower with knights in it. I like that. The game's okay, but it's for kids. Cornerstone, where you're building a big tower. That's a pretty neat game. It's a little bit more, it's dexterity as you build this tower, but there's also some, as you're trying to get pieces to go up it. So I liked it. It's had something new and different. Galaxies Edge, this is a space game. You know, there's a lot of these space games that were being made at this time trying to be the next great space game. This one's not. It has okay pieces, but it looks a little amateurish, and that's the way it plays. And then Memoir 44, Tigers in the Snow. This is an expansion for Memoir 44, basically a map that brought in the big German tiger tanks. Really like this one. It might be my favorite of all the Overlord expansions. The Overlord that's included with this, just great. If you like tanks in Memoir 44, you'll like this. And that's it. Those are the reviews I did a year and 10 years ago. Until next time, I'm Vasel, and this has been Look Back on the Dice Tower.